Hey everybody, welcome back to Record-ology. This is going to be an interesting one. Look at this thing. This is a CD player that's roughly the size of a small laptop, or maybe one of those very early portable DVD players. And you may say, well, if it's that big and clunky, it must suck. Surprisingly, it doesn't. What am I talking about? You're not going to want to miss this. You know, we're really getting into the holiday spirit here at Record-ology. Can't really tell on camera here. There's not a lot of holiday stuff. Although I do have Mariah Carey's Merry Christmas album up there on the vertical turntable just for display purposes. Would I actually play that record on that record player? Probably not. But it makes a good display anyway. Also on the left, you'll notice that the Fozzy Luna 3 is still there. Why is it still there? Well, I'm having a hard time lifting heavy things still, so you have to bear with me. I'm getting a lot of help, but trying to focus on some of the smaller items. And such is the case with today's video. It's a small item. It's a portable CD player, and apparently I agreed to review this sometime back, but I'm glad I did because it's something that I can actually lift up right now with my diminished lifting skills. Don't forget, we've got our new Christmas color adapters. Just had an order for some today. Thank you for the support. All right, so this is portable CD player. Enjoy your music. So yes, this will be an import, and I don't see any branding on it, which is kind of odd. Maybe on the sticker here it'll say new CD player. I love how everything now has these stickers declaring it new. MONODEAL or MONODEAL. Anyway, yes, we've reviewed some of their stuff before, and it's pretty cool. As you can see from the line drawing on the front, form factor looks a bit interesting. So let's go ahead and get into it. I guess we could look on the back. Some features here. So it'll play CD, CDR, CDRWs, MP3 discs. It's got USB playback, aux playback, Bluetooth send and receive, a remote control FM radio, speakers, headphones, or headphone output, and colorful lights. There are 3 colorways, and we apparently got gray. If you don't know whether to go black or white, just go gray. All right, true to form, I open it upside down. I always do that. Alrighty. All right, so we've got a booklet here. This will be the user manual. Repeated in multiple languages. Interesting little remote here. Little membrane buttons, rubberized. Kind of nice. At least it's different from the generic remotes that seem to be popping up everywhere here. We got a warranty card. A USB power brick right there, a USB-C cord. This will probably be an aux cord, yep. And then the upside down device, I flip that over. Okay, good thing it was protected. And here we go. It's wrapped in plastic, as you can see. Removing it from said plastic. Wow, that's kind of cool. Very unique. We got to look at a film here. Wow, does this look anything like the line drawing? I guess it does. That's not what I don't know. I don't know what I was expecting, but it wasn't that. Okay, that's really interesting. MONODEAL portable desktop versatile CD player, and that's a kickstand. And we've got rubber feet, so you can lay it flat if you choose. On the left here, we've got a USB connection, headphone connection, an aux input, the on and off switch, and the power supply port, which I'm assuming is to charge an internal battery. And that's it. There's no controls on the back. Over here, we've got the screen. Does this have a film? Strangely enough, that does not have a film over it. We've got a couple of buttons here. I like how that's done. Kind of a D-pad here, volume up and down, skip forward and back. This I think has something to do with the lights, and this is the Bluetooth switch. And then to open it up, there's like a little lift right there. Okay, and there is the transport itself, and the disc well is pretty shallow, and there's a little leverage access point there. And it looks like this lid is semi-transparent. You can see behind it just a little bit. Okay. let's test her out. Try and use some CDs I haven't used before here and there. I love audiobooks, and this book is obviously an American classic. Huckleberry Finn, not Hound, Finn. And read by Jack Lemmon, one of my favorite actors. So you can use just little clips of this stuff because, yes, they're still highly copyrighted. And, yes, they will be tripped up with the copyright censor. So we'll still have to skip through this. All right, I'm going to go ahead and flip the power switch on and see if anything happens. Does this device have any power out of the box? So it should ship partially powered. I'm going to press and hold play. Oops, there's a power switch here too. Okay, so I pressed it once and I pressed it twice. Okay.
FM mode.
FM mode. Okay. Let's switch modes here to CD. If I keep going, there's USB mode, aux mode, Bluetooth mode, FM, and then back to CD.
CD mode. And
it does talk to you. I'm not a huge fan of CD players that talk to you. Got a multicolored display here. It's kind of interesting. We got blue for the battery indicator, orange for the disc, and white down here for the table of contents. And I can go up on the volume. Oh, I like the lights. Let's go.
Simon & Schuster Audio, in association with Anthony Harris and Susan Kendall Newman, present Jack Lemmon reading
surprisingly full sound.
Huckleberry Finn by Mark Twain.
Skip through.
Tom Sawyer's gang played robber now and then about a month, and then I resigned. All the boys did. We hadn't rocked.
And skip through different tracks.
I started up the Illinois shore in the canoe just after dark, and the drift of the current fetched me in at the bottom of town. There was a light burnt. I went up the bank about 50 yards, and then I doubled on my track.
Volume up and down.
And my canoe was a good piece below.
Looks like 30 is the max on the volume.
I was off in a hurry.
I hate that sound. That's terrible.
I shoved right into the timber where my old
switch
camp
modes.
Used to be and started a good fire.
Okay. If I wanted to do that,
mode.
Going back to CD mode.
CD mode.
See if it remembers where it was. Nope, it's going to play from the beginning. I love the compact. This is the second device recently I've seen with the OG compact disc logo. So maybe they are licensing that again. Oh, look, it does remember, I think. It's not the fastest mechanism.
Dry spot.
Okay.
Then I jumped in.
Let's try a different disc.
For our place.
Now I've got the Sound of Austria disc in here, and I'm going to turn off my vocal mic and turn on the front firing mic so you can hear ambiently what the sound quality is like. Hit play. A lot of hiss, though. You hear that hiss? It's got a lot of bass. It's got so much bass that it actually resonates in your hand. I can feel it like vibrating. It really sounds good. You know, most CD players, portables with built-in speakers, don't have good sound with those built-in speakers, but I'm having fun here and I haven't even plugged in headphones yet. So yeah, this sounds surprisingly good. Can it play with the lid open? Let's try that. Interesting. Again, I would not want to do that because I don't like looking at a nauseating flashing disc, but apparently there's a lot of people that like that. All right, let's try our test of, is it gapless? I'm not a gapless fanatic like some people are, and I know the official Red Book standard specifies that tracks play seamlessly. That being said, I don't care if there's a gap. I just don't care. But some people, it's like do or die. Like if it's not gapless, it's not a CD player. So let's go ahead and test that. The transition from track 1 to track 2 on this album is a good test of that. And you're supposed to let it play through. I did some tests in the past where I would just cue it up to the transition, and apparently some CD players only play gapless if you start it from the beginning. So I'm going to do just that. Here we go. All right, it is gapless. It's gapless. Yay for the gapless people. Gapless people rejoice. Okay, file types. It can play MPEG 1 and 2, MP3, WMA, and CDDA files. And the disk types, as we talked about, audio CDs, CDR, CRWs. So dyed discs that are self-recorded should play just fine on this. And speaking of that, I'm actually going to try one of those next, a CDR from my friend Kurt Knock, who does a radio show in conjunction with his auctions. He has this nice screen printing on his, though. And then on the flip side there, you can see this is a burned disc. And we pop it on there. This will be MP3 format. And this looks like the screen timed out. Yeah, there's a lot of hiss. That sounded heinous. Sorry about that. I don't know what the problem was there. Let's go ahead and stop that. Turn the volume down. That just about blew my ears off. Does not like this disc. Interesting. That is DAC not willing to play along sound. That rushing sound. Okay, let me try another CDR. Interesting. This disc usually plays with everything. So it's kind of a bummer. So this was an MP3 file burned onto a CDR. Now I'm going to try, same dye color by the way, I'm going to try an actual CD audio file burned onto a CDR. So let's see if that makes the difference. Powering it on. And it has no problem. Interesting. Very interesting. Very, very interesting. So I've killed the studio lights, just have some ambient light coming in through the window shades just to emphasize this light effect that we've got here. I wanted to play with the different sounds. So let's go ahead and let the disc play. And it seems to kind of strobe to the sound pressure, as it were. And it looks pretty much like it does on camera to the naked eye. A little bit more bright and a little bit cleaner looking, but it does have those like hot spots along the way. But what happens if we change through? Ooh, I like that. I like that RGB effect. That's a full rainbow. Oh, cycling through that's cool. This one goes a little faster. And no, these aren't going to come across on camera as good as they look to the naked eye. Oh, that's so cool. Yeah, so there's some cool options here. I like it. Yeah, so there's a few options there. I like it a lot. That looks cool. That's fun. That's really, really... It doesn't seem like there's an option to turn it off. Maybe I press and hold. Okay, yeah, so press and hold turns it off. There you go. That's cool. I like that. I mean, everything should have lights. I think that looks really, really cool. All right. I mean, it's fairly basic in the sense of, it's not programmable or anything like that, but you could connect it to external Bluetooth speakers or headphones, and you can send Bluetooth from your phone into it and use it like a Bluetooth speaker, and you can listen to digital audio files on MP3 format, or you know what? Those audio formats were probably specific to the thumb drive I'm thinking about now. So it probably can play MP3 on here just fine, but not off of disk. That makes a lot more sense. Yeah, okay, cool. And flipping around, there's nothing else there. And again, you can always put it on this kickstand if you like, which is pretty snazzy. This would be cool in an office. This would look good next to your Cisco desk phone, just playing music. I like that. That's really neat. And I like that it's fairly, for a right-handed person, it's pretty ergonomic. You know, you can reach everything just by kind of grabbing around the side and then lift the disc on the left like that. Yeah, that's pretty cool. I'm liking this more than I expected I would. Did you see that though? See how I just loosely flipped it up and back down? But this edge right here kind of hang up a little bit and you have to push it in. So fit and finish there isn't maybe as tight as it should be. All right, I need to plug some headphones in and listen to this myself. Okay, I'm a little disappointed in the headphone audio. It was, well, the sound quality of the music was fine. It was beautiful, lush, very warm sounding. It's got a good DAC, but there was this incredible amount of hiss. Just like we were hearing through the speakers, there's this terrible hiss. Like the noise floor is out of control, and I don't know why that is. And that's been demonstrated both with the speakers and with the headphones. So that's a major bummer. That definitely needs to get fixed. Now we're going to try the USB. So if you switch over to USB, which I already did, so it went like that over to USB mode. It talks to you, and then you can put a USB thumb drive in, and it will automatically search for content on there. And I've got this very low resolution MP3 on here. And then you can put in another disc, another USB drive, and it will search for audio on that as well. Dun, 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 dun. Come on, come on. There's a little USB thumb drive icon there. Scooting forward here, it's got a bunch of silence at the beginning. Okay. I don't know what that was. This is a very short clip, I guess. And it plays it. Okay, cool. So that's that. There's kind of the CD player functionality, the MP3 or USB playback functionality. We talked about the file types that it's compatible with. Let's keep going through here. Aux input. So let's play an aux input source. Let's play a tape. Why don't we play a tape through this thing? Let's go ahead and continue our audiobook theme here. I've got this Hardy Boys, The Tower Treasure. I'm a huge Hardy Boys fan. Some of you know this. I've tried doing shows about the Hardy Boys, but they just don't do that good. But I'm a huge fan of the Hardy Boys. I never read the books as a kid, and then like when I was in my mid-20s, my parents picked up a whole set of them at like a garage sale. And they're like, hey, do you want to read some of these? And I'm like, well, I've always known about them. Yeah, let me give it. So they gave me like a handful of the books, and they're written for like 8 to 14-year-olds. So it's perfect reading material for my level of reading. And it's partially a joke. I just went for it, and I really enjoyed it. They were really fun. They were fairly quick reads. They were illustrated, and I thought that was really, really cool. Okay, so we've got our cassette player hooked up. I'm going to turn the volume to about 80%, and I'm going to turn the cassette player on. By the way, this cassette player is like the third best new cassette player that I've tested yet, behind the We Are Rewind and the FIO. It's pretty dang decent. You might be surprised. I'm going to flip this over to aux input, and we should be able to hear our audiobook.
Kaufman made it specially for me. I had to get him to make another, but say, where did you find it? Oh, my son's located it during some detective work we're on. The crook left this behind. I was trying to trace him by it.
Yeah, that works fine. I mean, it still got the hiss. It still sounds, as good as the CD. Maybe a hair more hiss because of the cassette. No Dolby, etc. Okay, so that's good. Let's go. I'm not gonna do the Bluetooth because that's just really boring to do, and I try to avoid it. But yes, you can connect to speakers, headphones, and you can connect your phone to it as a Bluetooth speaker. But I do want to test out the radio functionality. So let's go ahead and see what we can pick up. Just skipping through the dial. I'm sure you can scan all the stations, but I'm just kind of manually scooting through.
I go empty-handed.
Definitely some static. There's good bass and everything, but there's like no stereo indicator, no tuning indicator, and there's quite a bit of static, more than there should be. It's not tuning quite as clean as I would like it to.
Sponsored by the Ounce of Prevention Fund of Florida,
That's
the State of
pretty good.
Florida, Department of Health, and the Florida Association of Broadcasters.
When you enter a place of business, you're owed a legal duty. At the place of business...
Okay, so that was a good... But that one's noisy, you know?
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Orlando's classic hits are on 98.9 WMMO.
Just not quite a clean tune, you know what I mean? Nice. I mean, it works. You can get all different stations, but the tuning isn't very clean. It's not a very... You can't lock onto those stations as cleanly as I would like. Obviously, there's some sort of built-in antenna. There's nothing... I wonder if we connect some headphones, if that would get better. So let me try that. That's easy enough. So let me go ahead and get these headphones here and knock over everything else while I'm at it. And let's go ahead, because sometimes I'll use that, and maybe there's no antenna connected. And I'm going to stretch this across the room, and let's try the tuning again. I'm going to go right back down where we were. Oh, of course, it's right. It's going to be in the headphones. That makes sense. All right, but let me listen to it and tell you if it makes any difference. Okay, so putting the headphones in definitely helped a little bit with the tuning, so I'm thinking that that's the antenna. Although you would think with there being a built-in speaker that there would also be a secondary antenna, but even still, it wasn't the cleanest, sharpest tuning I've ever heard. That being said, we were getting quite a few stations, and I don't live in an area that gets the best reception on AM especially, and FM. FM's a lot better than AM, but still. This device is cool, though. This thing is really versatile. It's a well-named thing. It is truly a versatile little music system. You can listen to streaming. You can listen to physical media, the radio. It's got lights. It's a strangely, pleasingly large form factor. Like, I'm glad it's not trying to be like a Discman type size device. It doesn't seem stupidly large either. And the kickstand feature is cool. So yeah, I do like this. I'll hold on to this, and I definitely have nitpicks. I wish the tuning was better. I wish that the sound floor was cleaner. It's definitely hissy on the speakers, which is really annoying, but it's still a cool device. All right, my friends, that's going to do it. I like this thing. Yeah, it's not perfect, but it's still really cool. I've been lugging it around the house this morning, getting ready and listening to things, and I've been really enjoying it. So I'll go ahead and put a link down below. I'm always surprised what they're coming up with for CD players these days. It's very interesting. I feel like we're in kind of this second renaissance of compact disc players, and it's interesting. I'm here for it. So anyway, my friends, that's going to do it for today. Thank you for all your support, for being there. Don't forget our membership program, only $1 a month. Our custom 45 adapters. We've got our exclusive Christmas colors out right now. We've got live shows. We've got giveaways. There's so much going on right now. I can't wait to share it with you. But my friends, that's going to do it for today. So happy record hunting, and we'll see you next time.